to talk about this. She is, her name is Anna Wennerberg. I'm sorry, April Wennerberg. Pardon me, Miss Wennerberg.
That's all right.
Thank you. Thank you, April. Project management professional with over 28 years and former president and founder of Project Masters, Inc. And the discussion is, and this is very interesting, transform your military skills into project management. That means a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And a lot of the skills that we learn in the military can be used towards becoming a project manager because you're constantly managing projects in the military.
Sure.
From, if you're working on aircraft, say in the military, that's like a project.
That's. I don't think people think of it that way, but you're always managing,
Yes.
whether you want to or not. You got.
Very true.
Yeah, right.
It's just day-to-day life. If you think about it, a lot of things are small projects. You go to buy a car. You put together your plan on what type of a car you would want. That's a project.
That's
you come up
true.
with your budget, your scope of what you want to buy. So yeah, it's common day, and a lot of people don't look at it that way.
They certainly don't, April. I thought it was amazing when I was reading over some of the things that you do, and it's great. Why do employers? Tell us first. You are a talented speaker in the areas of project, program management, time management, communication, managing teams, starting and running a small business. Our guest earned an MBA with concentrations in finance and management information systems and a BS with a concentration in computer science, both from the Binghamton State University of New York. So how did you get involved in what you're doing now?
Well, it was kind of a transition from, I started out as a software engineer, programmer, analyst, and this one company, it was a flight simulator company. I just had this goal to get in there, and I also have my private pilot's license, so that kind of helped me get in the door. And working there as a systems engineer, project engineer, it was kind of like I met the program managers, and I was like, wow, that's what I want to be when I grow up. It just looked like that's kind of my expertise, because as a program project manager, you're developing, growing people, but yet you always have a new variety of different projects that you're working on, managing the time, the budget, the people.
Gotcha.
And that just really attracted me to it. And I've worked on a lot of different projects, which is fun. And, interesting. You don't get bored that way.
Although one of our panelists, and we are pleased to have her with us, of course, Wanda Petty. Everybody knows she's a retired U.S. Army veteran, senior non-commissioned officer, and known as Sister Soldier, President, CEO of SheVet Inspire. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, sir. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I just think it's great that you're with us. America's Heroes Group Roundtable, She Serves, She Matters, with the Voices Coalition partner, Sister Soldier, SheVet Inspire. You and Miss Wennerberg are doing some things, of course, that are helping a lot of people. Wanda, tell us more.
So, as you know, SheVet Inspires is about career development, and I would be remorse if I didn't complete the circle and provide the holistic services. So it does not one good for me to just talk about being able to get ourselves mentally and physically fit for a transition and prepare ourselves for employment if I didn't complete the circle by properly training those that I am working with and assisting, as well as helping them to be placed in employment or learn how to function and create their own economy. So April and I have been working together for probably about 4 years now, and she's one of the best in the industry that I know of. And so I've decided to take this to be able to broaden our platform and reach a broader spectrum of people by going virtual with our project management. So at the end of the month, we'll be launching our CAPM, our initial introductory of project management. So this means for anybody who have not had the project management experience, but they desire to get into that curricula, that field, they are able to get their foot in the door by being able to take the introductory. And from there, they can run a business, they can work remote from home. And what's so awesome about it is that just by getting this one certificate, either the CAPM or the Agile, they can increase their income anywhere to 6 figures. And it's amazing that such a minimal investment will result in such a large income as a result.
That's great. By learning these things that April and yourself are talking about, you can increase your income by 6 figures. I'm sure a lot of people would really benefit by that and would want to do it.
Yeah, I see that we all know that technology is beginning to overcome, and fill in a lot of spaces nowadays with the economy. And I'm one of those that don't chase, but I'm a forerunner. So I want to help those who are willing to go ahead and make that launch and prepare themselves for what's to come, and already be in position and not wait until the floodgates come where everybody is saying what they need, but be in position when they are ready for that. And it's already starting to take place. So when an employer decides they want to decrease their overhead, they're looking for someone who can manage their business from a remote location. And what better person than a veteran who already have these disciplines and these skills to be able to run a mission, a organization, a battalion, a company, and be able to do that from home and be disciplined to do it. So this is our main goal, is to help vets understand that we already are equipped with these talents, and we did it all throughout the military, and now it's time to turn it into something that we can work it for our better behalf. So it doesn't quite require such a physical high standard. You can work from home when you're just using your mind. And so this is why it's so important for me to be able to get this out to our community.
That makes so much sense, Wanda and April, because when you do that in the military, it becomes automatic, and you can't always be where you're supposed to be or where you would want to be, but you still have to manage, don't you?
Yeah. Still have to manage.
Yeah, that's great.
And we know how to manage.
Yes. Yeah.
That is very true. And I will say from my recent experience, there are, like Wanda said, there are more and more jobs that are virtual because instead of paying for people to travel all over the world, these companies that have locations all over the world, you can set from your home, and through Zoom and Skype, you can see people and communicate with them and get your project accomplished.
That's great. Our call-in number is 312-374-8130. I'm Cliff Kelly. This is, of course, the way of helping America's Heroes Group. This is a great thing that Wanda and April are doing. And if you want to, the discussion is transform your military skills into project management. And I would presume, ladies, that there are many, many people that own businesses, companies, whatever, that could certainly use your expertise.
Most
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I look at it as for anyone who is even starting out or a small business, this is a great opportunity to be able to scale their business. For someone who is looking to transition and get a job and be in the workforce, this is another great opportunity to work as we also have a leg of media. So they can learn to manage media projects, but this particular project management is for any, you can use it in so many different areas. And looking into the needs of where technology and project management, product development, anything that's developing a product, or anything that's any company that's managing products. So or production. So it's so much of a great opportunity that I'm ecstatic about it, because I know that it's going to help so many people who have been wondering, how am I going to get employment? And it doesn't. The great part about it is, Cliff, it doesn't have an age limit on it.
See, that's a good
use our brains and work from home,
Wow.
and start filling in the gap of the income of which so many veterans are becoming homeless because they don't have a certification. Employers want certification, and so that's what they're looking for. We can have all the skills that we have from all the years that we've accumulated. But if we don't have a certification, it kind of throws us out of the loop.
Sure.
And so what I want to do is put us back in the game. Because we are more than qualified to be able to fulfill the needs of the industry, of whatever it is that we're interested in being a part of.
That's great. Tell us about the certification program.
Well, the junior one, the CAP one, is like a starting project manager. And what it does is it teaches you all of the terminology that all of the professional project managers are using. You understand, from the Project Management Institute, they have what's called the PMBOK, which is the Project Management Body of Knowledge. And that is what all of the industries use around the world. And this CAPM will teach you all the terminology, processes, procedures, introduce you to some of the basic templates that you would need on small, medium to large projects. So it's a great tool for employers when they see that you have this certification. They know that you can speak the language, you can come on board, and you can work with their senior project managers, and they don't have to stop to train them. They know the information, so they can talk the language, they can become part of the team on that project.
That is a great thing, and of course, once you show them what your program does, I'm sure that even gives them a even better idea of what they need to do relative to your program, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and of course you've both been trained, and I mean, transforming military skills into project management. You make it sound. And it really is, because if you're in the military, you're going to be a project manager if you have any kind.
From the time you get to basic training.
That's right. That's right.
Right. And the thing about the course is in a lot of cases, they're going to come in, they're going to think, oh, I don't know this stuff. Then we start going over the information, they say, oh, yeah, I've been doing that.
Right.
But what it gives them is the correct terminology so that when they talk about a stakeholder register, before they're just thinking, oh, okay, we get a list of names of all the people involved. Well, through this class, you learn, hey, it's a stakeholder register. We identify all the stakeholders. We look at to see who has an impact on the project, what they're interested in on the project, so that you as the project manager know how to communicate with them, know what information to provide. And it's just that, basic understanding that then it's like a light bulb goes on. It's like, well, we've been doing it, but we just haven't been, calling it the correct terminology for the industry.
That is great. That is great. Wanda, give us information as to how people can reach you and April.
So they can go to shesociety.org and sign up for the introductory, which is held on the 17th of February. In the evening, we're going to hold an introductory, a Q&A, where they can ask questions of myself and April before the course gets started. And unfortunately, it's not covered by the Montgomery GI Bill, but we've made it affordable, whereas they can use split options, and it runs anywhere from $995 to $1,500 for the complete certification. So we're making it really available for vets, and we're going to walk you through this whole process. So we're not going to leave no fallen comrade behind.
That is great. Great. April?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an excellent program, and I mean, part of my job on this, not only providing the training, but mentoring too. Okay. Also helping give them the little extra information that they need to be successful out there in the commercial world.
And how can they reach you for the 17th of February event?
Well, through Wanda, like she had said.
Shesociety.org.
Say it again?
Yeah.
Shesociety.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Society.org.
Yeah, you can reach me through that.
That's great.
So, and I look forward to working with everyone out there and helping them to become excellent project managers. It's my passion, project management is.
Well, I want to thank you ladies, to you both, Wanda, Petty, April, Wennerberg.
Thank you, Cliff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Thank